What's going on, Gotham? Batman's here with a movie review. So this morning, I was up and I was like, feel like watching a movie. So I've been seeing this Netflix Pinocchio just being advertised out the ass. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. And plus, the director, I can never pronounce his name right. Toro, the I can never Gilla de Toro. Anyway, it's his version of Pinocchio. And if you ever watch his movies like Pan's Labyrinth and Crimson Peak, and I know he's got more, but Homeboy does a good job at like creating this these words. If you've seen these movies, you know what I'm talking about. So this is his spin on Pinocchio. I'm gonna try not to tell you too much, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you think this is a kid's movie, you are if kids watch this movie, don't let them watch it by themselves. Watch it with them. I'm not saying like, oh my god, it's scary. The movie is dark. When I mean dark, I don't mean like you can't see. I mean the tone, the theme is dark. The first 15, matter of fact, the first minutes, it brings it out the gate. And then the 15 minutes after that, because what's going on around this time, World War II happened. And if I'm right, which I'm not a big history buff, but I think it was around the time that I probably can't even say that on this thing. It was a time where the was bombing Poland and all those countries. So that's where it takes place at. So it kind of still goes off like, to tell you the truth, I really don't like Pinocchio. Like the Disney version and then the live action version. I didn't even watch the live action version because everybody was like, it's freaking waste. So, and I've seen different types of Pinocchio movies, but it just never stuck to me. And plus, since I learned that like those tales, like Pinocchio, they were really dark. The real tales of like Pinocchio is really dark. It's full of death. Children end up being kidnapped and sold off. Yeah, that's the old Pinocchio. And this one, it kind of takes some notes from the Dark Tales. Just say I'm gonna just get to it. An incident happens and Geppetto's son ends up dying. So he's distraught. His son is gone. He becomes a drunk. All he does is think about his son. And right when he buried his son, there was this tree, and it was growing. So, but he will go up there every day to see his son. And when that tree got big, it was just when the tree got big. This is what we get in. Well, I mean, we've been introduced to Jiminy Cricket because he kind of narrates the movie too. So we finally get introduced to him, and he lives within the tree. So Geppetto one day, he had enough. He had enough. He couldn't get over it. Couldn't get over, his son. And you're going to see the way how his son went. It's like, oh, wow. It's just 15 minutes of the movie. Anyway, so he chops the tree down. And out of his drunken stupor, he creates Pinocchio. But of course, it's a puppet. Until, how did Disney put it? The fairy godmother shows up. Let me tell you about this fairy godmother. He must have been playing Persona because I did like his version of the so-called fairy godmother because it was beautiful but terrifying. And and how do I put that is I don't know if you guys ever. It was like a claymation of like Tom Sawyer. There's an old claymation cartoon they came out with back in the day, and there was this one character named the Mysterious Stranger, which it was just a mask, but the mask would change facial expressions and forms. Like it'd be normal, then his face kind of like a wrinkle up and turn to like a demon. Anyway, so the fairy godmother, she appears, right, and oh man. On her wings and everything are eyes. I really think they kind of went for the biblical. They try to went for like the biblical version of what angels really look like. And I was like, yeah, It's terrifying. Like whenever she had her wings closed, all you saw was like eyeballs coming down the wings, and when she opened it, because she has four wings, yeah, and no legs, just tail, so she kind of levitates, and so she brings life into Pinocchio. And she promised, and she says, Jiminy, if you be sure you're a good boy, I will grant you a wish. So, of course, that happens. So Pinocchio's up, and boy, it turned to like Frankenstein's monster. Then from there, it has a religious tone to it, which I'm not big on religion. And this movie kind of proves why I'm not, because why talk about you have so much good in your heart, but this is what you really do. Anyway, so other than that, yes, he gets the carnival thing. He gets sold off to the carnival, which one of the main guys has the Heihachi fit, that the haircut. You know what I mean? Bald in the middle, but hold on, bald in the middle, but his hair stick up like this. Well, not like my hair, but his hair kind of stick up like Heihachi from Tekken. Yeah, homeboy had that. So, and then it gets even more darker. I need to do my research on this. I don't know if it's real or not, but I am going to. There's a part in the movie where the boys, they get sent off to this juvenile camp where they teach these boys 10, I think maybe just a little bit older, how to fight. Like, because they're going to be in a war, because bombs are being dropped around this time. And the war is kicking off. The posters are showing people who are coming in and out of these places, ransacking. Like, it's a dark movie. So, just Pinocchio ends up going, and these boys, like, seriously, it's like a prison compound. And in the center is like their obstacle course that looks like a playground. So, for the kids, they would give them paintball rifles. They give them a color. All right, you color red, your team is color yellow. And in the middle, there's this tower. Whoever climbs that tower will be rewarded. So in the movie, Pinocchio and this other person, they tie. You know, they have fun. Kids being kids. Whew. Matter of fact, let me just break this out to you too. Pinocchio dies multiple times in this movie. And the way how they break the concept of death for him, his first death, there's these rabbits, these black rabbits, but they're showing they have like their rib cages showing they're dead. It kind of reminds me of the rat. If you watch Donnie Darko and that rabbit that just keeps popping up, it kind of reminded me of that. And I was like, So they take Pinocchio. Pinocchio is just like, I don't want to be dead. I'm not really dead. So he goes and he meets, I want to say maybe the fairy god's mother sister. But this creature was full chimera. It had the face was a mask. It had the body of a lion, and it had wings and tails of snakes. I was like, oh, a chimera, that's interesting. But the thing was, she would tell Pinocchio, every time you die, you have to sit with me before I send you back. So she would have an hourglass, and he has to wait until that sand runs out before he returns to the world of the living. And it happens, but the more he goes back, the more time he has to wait. And there's a point in the movie where she tells him, like, hey, if you want to go back and don't wait on the sand, you can, but you will be mortal. But she also breaks down to Pinocchio, because Pinocchio's like, I can't die. And then, she breaks down like, nah, that's good, but just because you can't die, everybody around you that you know will. And it's just that it's keeping that in Pinocchio's mind, like, yeah, that's right. But oh boy, we on 9 minutes right now. I could really talk about this movie because there were just so much things to it. If you haven't watched this movie, at least give it a try. To me, I like it. I really love the animation of what they did with it too, because it was so detailed. The designs of the characters and the creatures, spot on. The heavy dark theme and tone of it kind of makes the movie, because you don't know what to expect, but it slowly starts to unveil itself, and then you feel it. But other than that, I give this movie, of course I will, because I give everything a chance. I give it a 7 out of 10. Other than that, Gotham, I got more projects to work on, so please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And hit that thumbs up. Get some support to your back, okay? I'm doing it for Gotham. Other than that, you guys have a good day. Thanks for watching.